Hello, and welcome to the first in the series of basic client skills in the web software training. The first subject that we're going to look at today is how to begin building rapport with callers. So, understanding customers is the key to providing them with really good service. In order to understand customers, you really need to start by building a rapport. Focusing on rapport will allow you to gain your customers' trust, encouraging their unconscious minds to accept and begin processing what you suggest to them. Developing a connection rapport with another person is a crucial part of the communications process. When communications with the customer is strained and customer support agents, so technicians, do not attempt to connect with our customers, things can get ugly really fast. Sorry, my brain is not working. Luckily, you will find that the process to begin developing rapport with customers is really pretty intuitive. So, here are some tips on how to build rapport with customers. So, you want to start the conversation with a warm-up. This can be as simple as, so how's your day going so far? What's the weather like where you are? I mean, we're all in Port Augusta, but some of our clients are elsewhere. So, I mean, if they're in Perth or if they're in Sydney or whatever, you could start it off. But, those little things, those little lines that you start with people to break the ice. In most cases, the caller will politely answer you and your warm-up will have worked. All you really need to do is set the stage for relaxing the caller. It just makes the whole interaction a lot better. So, use active listening skills. This is something you're going to hear me talk about a little bit in this, but it's a very important skill to have. So, active listening is the process of reflecting on the caller's problem and then repeating it back to them to ensure understanding. So, once you've clarified the problem, you must then follow up with the question to help refine your search for the problem as well as a solution. As a bonus, applying active listening skills helps the caller feel listened to, evaluating the level of trust while streamlining your path to the solution. For example, you could say something like, sounds like you're having trouble connecting to the internet. That really sucks. How long have you been having this problem for? The customer will feel listened to, you understand the problem, and you're on the way to building a trusting relationship with them. Okay, you can also use verbal nods. So verbal nods let the caller know you are listening. You can do this by, as the customer speaks. It just means that you are listening. Because, you're on the phone, they can't see you. When you think about the conversation, if you're in person to person, you do that little nod, that, yeah. But over the phone, it's a lot harder. So using verbal nods just gives them that sense of you are listening and you are listening to what they say. So go off script. So we do have scripts that we use. If you have to use a script, and even if you don't, when possible, just put it in your own words. So customers tend to zone out when they hear what sounds like a script being read to them and are more likely to feel satisfied when they receive the personalized service. So just take it with a grain of salt. We have the scripts there. They are to be used, but you incorporate it to how you feel comfortable and how the customer would feel listening to it. So, and the most valuable tip that I can give you is be adaptable in your approach. There really isn't a one-size-fits-all approach to building rapport. Each caller comes to the call with their own set of circumstances and expectations. You will have to adapt to the needs of each and every caller. Efficient technicians are quick to evaluate a caller's mood and tone and approach them accordingly. For example, if the caller is angry or frustrated, simply apologizing at that perfect moment can help soothe the tension, break down the barrier so you can create a space to establish rapport again. Slide. Go away, Siri. Okay. So, you can also build rapport by setting realistic expectations and goals. Keeping your promises is crucial to customer satisfaction, so giving them realistic expectations for solutions is critical. Customers who are given a false promise or expectation are far less satisfied than those who are given a realistic expectation up front, even if you're telling them something they don't want to hear. So one thing I always say to our technicians is bump out. So if you're going to say, I can get that done by the end of next week for you. Sorry, starting that again. So say a customer wants the job fixed and you can get it done by tomorrow, but there might be things that happen. So say to them, look, I can get it done by the end of the week. You get it done by the end of tomorrow, then bam, you're so much better in the eyes of the customer and you didn't break your promise to them. So, where am I up to? Imagine that an agent talks you through a problem you're having with your phone. The agent is patient and kind and explains things to you very well. At the end of the call, you're worried the issue will occur again, and the agent promises to call you in a few hours to make sure that things are running smoothly. But then you don't get that call again, and they don't call you back. Well, your perception of that agent and the whole experience exchange now that you've been given a promise that wasn't kept. Chances are your opinion of the experience will be much lower than it would have been if the agent hadn't made that promise at all. So just don't make the promise if you can't keep it. As a bonus, setting realistic expectations sets you up to potentially exceed that expectations rather than setting yourself and the customer up for failure. Remember, do not, and I repeat, do not make promises that you can't keep. I will kick your butt for it. We cool? Okay. Now, on to the next one.